Good morning and welcome to Sunday Morning Joy for Sunday, March 7, 2021. We're so happy to have you here on our show. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're new, where have you been? We've missed you. It's about time you got here. Lucky for you, you can get caught up. You can watch our previous episodes. Simply go to pridelondonnetwork.com and follow the links to Sunday Morning Joy. Or if you feel like typing a few more letters in, just go to pridelondonnetwork.com/Sunday Morning Joy. And if you have any questions or feedback or suggestions, contact me, rod@pridelondon.ca. We'll be happy to hear from you. Now, normally on this show, we feature a wide variety of musical artists from London and area, from within and outside of the LGBTQ2+ community. This week, however, we're going to just deal with one particular group, Pride Men's Chorus London. But within the show, we'll have some variety because we're going to include the two directors, Clark Bryan and Eric Knapp. And then we're also going to show some of the collaborations that Pride Men's Chorus London has done within the community. So I'm not going to talk too much. We'll do a little bit of Pride Men's Chorus London history for you. We'll talk a bit more about them, but let's just get right to the music. The first piece they're going to do for you is Always Look on the Bright Side of Life from the musical Spamalot. It's a Monty Python musical. And the soloists for this are Emerson Ross and Etienne Lavallee. Enjoy.
Some things in life are bad, they can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best.
But what do you want? When you look at yourself in 5, 10 years, what do you want to see when you look in the mirror? Do you want to see them or do you want to see you?
In 2016, at the request of several individuals in the city, Clark, Brian, and I decided to form Pride Men's Chorus London. The original intent was just for us to be a bunch of guys getting together, singing some songs, and performing at least one concert. So we had in mind that for the Pride London Festival of 2016, that we would perform a concert, and then we would evaluate from there as to whether we were going to go on. But something happened, a world event happened in June of 2016 that affected us. It was the massacre at a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida. It affected the entire community, and we in London felt it here, and it was important for us to hold a vigil. Pride Men's Chorus London was called upon to perform at that vigil. We were a month and a half away from our first concert. We weren't ready, but we rallied the guys together and we rehearsed for an entire day, and we were able to put 3 pieces together to sing at the vigil. What we discovered was that we touched the hearts of people within the community, and we recognized that we as a chorus had a social responsibility. We were more than just musicians performing. We were an active part of this community. Clark Bryan has remained on as a co-director of Pride Men's Chorus London. Clark is a brilliant musician, a great community advocate, and it's just, the choir is so fortunate to have a wonderful person like Clark. He's going to perform an André Gagnon piece for us today. He'll play it first, and then he's going to talk a little bit about the piece and about André Gagnon. Enjoy.
Hi everyone. I hope you enjoyed that work by André Gagnon. He was born in 1939 in Quebec, Canada, and was from a family of 19 children, and he was the 19th. So a large family in Quebec, and in 1939, a very agrarian province. Still its roots in agriculture, like much of Canada. And he studied eventually at the Montreal Conservatory, and he played classical piano and fused that with pop kind of music and came up with his own unique voice. Sold millions of albums, was definitely very popular, but not particularly well respected by people from my profession, the classical pianists, who are oftentimes very snobbish and elitist about their divine structures and harmonies and counterpoint and so on. Anyway, I love this music, and I think it's very nurturing, and it has a beautiful melody, and it's set in a very non-pretentious way. If you get a chance to listen to André's recordings that have orchestra in the background, creates a bit of a counter melody to the melody that's in the piano part. So I hope you, if you don't know about André Gagnon, that you explore him a little bit. He just died in December 3rd this last year at 84 years old. Canadian icon. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you think. Thanks again for listening.
I volunteered with Pride just as a volunteer in the beer garden. I was scheduled at a few different events throughout the week and throughout the weekend in the park, and I was just a volunteer at the time, and that was my first year that I came out and volunteered with Pride, and I realized how much just one event brought the community together, how much of an impact in London that having all the different Pride events really was there for people. You saw...
As Pride Men's Chorus evolved, what we found was that there was a little bit of pushback from sopranos and altos in the community that wanted to be part of a Pride choir, but were limited because Pride Men's Chorus is for tenors and basses. So for the Pride London Festival of 2018 and 2019, what we decided to do was create Pride Celebration Chorus. The response was incredible. We had to limit the size of the choir to 70, and we had an enormous group, and it was a wonderful group, and both years it was phenomenal performing with this large choir. In 2019, we performed a song called Stand in the Light. It's by a composer named Stefan Macchio, who actually was a graduate of Western's Faculty of Music. And he came to London for the Juno Awards when London was hosting the Juno Awards, and I had a chance to work with him. Clark and I had a chance to work with him with the El Sistema Aeolian Children's Choir, and he left this piece for us to try out. And Clark and I said, "Oh, well, we have to perform this with the Pride Celebration Chorus as well." The words are great. They're very meaningful for teenagers, for young individuals, all ages, from within the LGBTQ2+ community. And anyone with any problems with self-identity or self-perception, self-worth. The words are quite meaningful. This is who I am inside. This is who I am. I'm not going to hide. Because the greatest risk we'll ever face is by far to stand in the light and be seen as we are. Pride Celebration Chorus, Stand in the Light. In the fall of this year, First St. Andrew's United Church was looking for a new music director, and they found one in the person of Eric Knapp. They had to go all the way to Texas to find Eric. Eric has the most incredible biography I've ever read. In fact, it reads like a novel. The man is a musician, so he's an organist and he's a pianist and he's choral director and a conductor, and he's an academic musically as well. But he's also does everything else. He's a master chef. He's actually been a chef of 3 restaurants or something. He's a gardener, an interior decorator. He speaks Norwegian, for Christ's sake. He's just beyond description, and a great personality as well. So when Pride Men's Chorus London was looking for a new director, and then all of a sudden, coincidentally, this larger-than-life man arrived in London, they had to pounce, and they were able to enlist Eric Knapp as their new co-director and conductor. They were so fortunate. And today Eric's going to play something for us on the piano, his own arrangement of In the Garden. Enjoy Eric Knapp. As many of you already know, Pride Men's Chorus London is a program of Aeolian Hall. Another program of Aeolian Hall is El Sistema Aeolian, which is an after-school music program for children. Many of the children that are enlisted in this program are recent immigrants to Canada. Some of them are refugees. And so the program not only provides them with music education, but it also provides them with some education in social and cultural areas to help them establish themselves here in Canada. It's an amazing program. If you want to learn more, go to aeolianhall.ca and follow the links to El Sistema. They could always use your support. At the time, in 2017, I was conducting the El Sistema Aeolian Children's Chorus, and Clark was the executive director of the program, and we were both co-directing Pride Men's Chorus London. And we decided, well actually we didn't decide, Matt Alber was a gay singer-songwriter who came to do some concerts here, and he decided to enlist the help of the children as well as Pride Men's Chorus London. And we saw how the children interacted with the members of the men's chorus, and we loved it. And so when we were doing our concert in April 2017, we decided to include the children. The name of the concert was Beautiful, Happy, Proud. And some of the values we were trying to instill in the children had to do with self-worth, perceiving themselves as beautiful and being proud of who they were. So it just seemed to work. One of the songs we sang was Seasons of Love. I have an interesting side note to this. One of the girls told me that at the time we were singing the song, she also had to write her grade 9 EQAO test, which is their standardized math test. And one of the questions in the math test was, how many minutes are there in a year? And she was able to answer 529,600 minutes. You can figure out how she got that when you listen to this song. It's from the musical Rent, Seasons of Love, performed by Pride Men's Chorus London and El Sistema Aeolian.
525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylight.
One of the most amazing choirs in the city is Broadway Singers. Broadway Singers currently are under the direction of the brilliant singer, teacher, conductor, Paul Grambo, and another fabulous man we've had on the show before, Mark Smith. Just a beautiful personality and a very talented musician. So if you get a chance, look up Broadway Singers and follow their concerts when we get out of this pandemic. I was conducting Broadway Singers as well as Pride Men's Chorus in 2018. So when we were planning both concerts, Pride Men's Chorus decided to do a Broadway concert, and Broadway Singers were doing a show called Out on Broadway, which was looking at all things LGBTQ plus on Broadway, in Broadway musicals. So it was pretty obvious what the goal was. And so it was decided that Pride Men's Chorus London would sing in the Broadway Singers concert, and Broadway Singers would sing in the Pride Men's Chorus concert. So what you're going to hear is an arrangement of I Will Survive, performed by Broadway Singers and Pride Men's Chorus London. I had already arranged the piece for the men's chorus, and I really wanted Broadway Singers to sing it. So I rearranged it for the larger choir. The problem was it's a pop piece, and it's not really musical theater. Fortunately, it appeared brilliantly, mind you, in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, so I was able to squeeze it into the concert. So enjoy both Broadway Singers and Pride Men's Chorus London singing I Will Survive.
First I was afraid, I was petrified, thinking I could never live without you by my side.
One of the many unfortunate consequences of this pandemic has been that we can't get together and sing. So of course, choral music has suffered a major setback. Before the pandemic hit, I had seen virtual choirs where each of the choir members was a little face on the screen, and they would put it all together virtually. And I said, you know, why would anyone do that? I mean, when you can get together and sing. I soon had an answer once the pandemic hit. It was basically the only solution we had. So of course, Pride Men's Chorus London decided to get in on that and put together what you're going to see next. It's a performance of He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. It's a song that the choir had performed previously, so the members of the choir knew the piece and they had a rehearsal track to work with. But it's a terribly intimidating thing. They each had to come to Aeolian Hall with their masks on and get up on the stage with a microphone and lights on them and recording, and I was conducting them, and they had all these things coming at them, and then they had to just get up there and sing. And so there was only a few people that actually signed up to do it just because it was so terribly intimidating. But we're happy with the ones who did show up, and it was enough work anyway with the ones that showed up. So I hope you enjoy this performance. All the people, a lot of people deserve credit because a lot of people worked really hard on it. So when they're finished singing, just read through the credits after, because all those people need to be acknowledged. I hope you enjoy it. He ain't heavy, he's my brother.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The road is long, with many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where, who knows where. But I'm strong enough to carry him. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. So on we go, his welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there, for I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy, he's my brother. If I'm laden at all, I'm laden with sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled with gladness of love.
I hope you enjoyed learning about Pride Men's Chorus London. If you want to find out more, you can visit their website, pridemenschorus.com, or if you have any questions, you can contact them, pmcl@aeolianhall.ca. I have to thank Eric Knapp and Clark Bryan and the organizing committee of Pride Men's Chorus London for allowing me this opportunity of featuring the choir on this show. In particular, I'd like to thank Jason Plant and Andrew Kozowski for providing me with these wonderful videos. It was so nice to have them. I hope you enjoyed Sunday Morning Joy this week. If you have any comments or feedback or suggestions, if there's people that you think should be on the show, or if you'd like to be on the show yourself, contact me, rod@pridelondon.ca. So we hope to see you again next week. Thanks for joining us.